There are rules, there are laws, and then there's the moment you decided none of them mattered. He didn't call it in, didn't report the breaking, didn't mention her name, because the second they took her, they stopped being police work and become something else, personal. The city blurred past him as he drove fast, too fast, red lights ignored, sirens silent. His knuckles were bruised, still bleeding slightly, but he didn't feel it. All he could see was her pulled away, not fighting, just looking at him. "I'll come get you," he muttered, voice low, dangerous. "I don't care what it takes." He knew who took her, didn't need a file, didn't need confirmation. That man wasn't subtle, power like his never is. Jungkook pulled up outside an industrial zone, abandoned warehouses, private cars, illegal activity buried under silence. Perfect place to hide someone. Inside the warehouse, 𝙫𝙤 sat tied to a chair, wrist-bound, room dim, cold. But she wasn't panicking. She was thinking, "You are quiet tonight." The man said, circling her slowly. "I'm bored," she replied flatly. He chuckled. "You won't be." He leaned closer, too close. "You made a mistake," he whispered, getting attached. She smirked faintly. "You think this is about him?" A pause. His eyes narrow. "Isn't it?" Outside, Jungkook arrives. Two guards at the entrance, armed, alert, didn't matter. Jungkook stepped out of the shadow, silent, focused. The first one barely had time to react. A sharp strike down, second turn, too slow. Another hit, brutal, efficient. No hesitation, no mercy. Jungkook didn't stop walking. Inside, the tension boiled. 𝙫𝙤's head tightened slightly, listening. Footsteps distant, then closer. A small smile touched her lips. "You hear that?" she murmured. The man frowned. "What?" Then a crash echoed through the building. The door burst open. Jungkook stood there, breathing heavy, eyes dark, something feral in them now. Not a cop, not control, something else entirely. "Oh," the man smirked. "He came for you." 𝙫𝙤 didn't look at him, didn't look away from Jungkook. "I told you," she whispered softly. The man stepped back slightly, gesturing. 4 men more entered, arm ready. Jungkook didn't wait. He moved fast, violent, punch, impact, bone, everything blurred into motion. One down, then another. A hit to his side, ignored. Blood at his lip, ignored. All that mattered was getting to her. 𝙫𝙤 watched. She didn't look away, couldn't, because this wasn't the man she met on that rooftop. This was something darker, something dangerous, and something that came for her. Only one left standing, the man, gun raised, pointed directly at Jungkook. "Stop!" Jungkook didn't stop, still moving. The gunfire, 𝙫𝙤's breath hitched, but Jungkook moved just enough. The bullet grazed his arm, didn't stop him, didn't even slow him. He reached him, grabbed him, slammed him into the wall hard again and again. "You don't touch her," Jungkook growled, each word punctuated with force. "You don't take her." Another hit. "You don't even look at her." The man struggled, bloodied, barely conscious. Jungkook didn't stop. 𝙫𝙤 intervened. "Jungkook." No response. Jungkook. Still nothing. "Jeon Jungkook." That made him pause, just enough. He turned, breathing hard, eyes still burning. She held his gaze steady. "That's enough," she said softly. Silence heavy, then slowly his grip loosened. The man dropped to the ground, unconscious. Jungkook stood there, chest rising, hand shaking. Then he turned fully to her. He crossed the room quickly, dropped to his knees in front of, hands moving to the ropes, gentler now, but still rough with underline. "You okay?" he asked. She didn't answer immediately, just watch him. Then, "Why did you come?" He froze for a half second, then continued, untying her. "Don't ask that." "I am." The ropes fell away. She stood slowly, still close, too close. "Because I said I would," he replied. "That's not enough." His eyes made dark, certain. "It is for me?" She stepped closer, looking at the blood on his face, his hands, his shirt. "You crossed a line tonight," she whispered. "I know. You can't go back after this." "I don't want to." Silence. "You are not a cop anymore," she said, upbeat. "I wasn't," he replied quietly. "The second they took you, Her breath caught just slightly because this wasn't a game anymore. This was real, dangerous, irreversible. He stepped closer, close enough that she felt it again, that pull, that intensity. They don't get to take you from me, he said quietly, a pause dark final. No one's there. Some people save you, some people ruin you, and sometimes they are the same person. After the warehouse, they didn't go far, just far enough. A small, abandoned apartment, dusty, quiet, hidden. The door shut behind them, and for the first time since the chaos, there was silence. She leaned against the wall, arm crossed, trying to steady her breathing, but it wasn't the danger anymore, not the man, not the threat. It was him, blood on his lip, brows forming, shirt stained, eyes still too dark, too intense, still on edge. You need to sit, she said. I'm fine. You are bleeding. I said I'm fine. Her jaw. Stop saying that like it's make it true. The first clash. He turned to her, frustration still simmering. You think I care about that right now? I think you should. I don't. Silence sharp because she realized he really didn't. You scared me, she said suddenly. That made him pause. His expression changed just slightly. Those men? He asked. No, a bit. No, you. That hit harder than anything else that night. His jaw tightened. I came for you. I know. Then what's the problem? The problem is, her voice shook slightly. You didn't stop. Silence. You would be killed him, she whispered. His eyes didn't soften, didn't deny he deserved it. That's not the point. She stepped closer, anger rising. Now you didn't even hear me at first. I didn't know you didn't. Another step. You were gone. He exhaled sharply, running a hand through his hair. I wasn't gone. Then what was that? A pause heavy. That was me, he said quietly. Her breath coughed. Because that answer, that was worse. You can't be like that, she whispered. I already am. You'll destroy everything. I already did. Silence filled the room, fixed, suffocating, because they both knew he wasn't wrong. You should go, she said suddenly. His head snapped toward her. What? You heard me. Ayla, leave. No. The word came out instantly, firm, unmovable, her eyes narrow. You don't get to decide that. I do. Why? Because you are not pushing me away after that. But you think you get to stay just because you saved me? She snapped. I stayed before that. That doesn't mean anything. It's mean everything. You are not thinking clearly, she said. I never been more clear. This isn't real. It is for me. Her voice dropped, shaking. Now people like us don't get this. Get what? This whatever this is. He stepped closer, slow, deliberate. Then what is it? She looked at him, really looked. Something that ends badly. Then let it end badly, he said, her breath hitched. You don't understand. I understand enough. Another step closer. You stayed. I shouldn't have, but you did. I don't stay anywhere, she whispered. Then start with me. You'll regret it. I already regret letting you walk away before. Silence heavy. You are going to hate me, she said softly. Not possible. You don't know what I've done. I don't care. You should. I don't. Her voice dropped, barely there. I'll ruin you. He didn't hesitate, didn't even blink. You already did. Something broke in her expression, because that wasn't fear, wasn't hesitation, that was acceptance. She stepped into him slow, like she didn't even realize she was doing it. His hand found her waist instantly, holding, grounding, claiming. You don't get to leave after this, he murmured. I know. You don't get to pretend this doesn't matter. I can't. This one was slower but heavier. Not rush, not explosion, but consuming, like they were both choosing it with this time knowing exactly what it meant. His hand moved to her jaw, holding her there, not letting her pull away too far. Her fingers curled into his shirt again, closer, tighter, like she needed him now, and that was the most dangerous part. They pulled apart slightly, breathing uneven. This is bad, she whispered. I know. We should stop. We won't. Silence. Because they both knew he was right. He rested his forehead against her, voice so certain. You don't run anymore, Appos, not from me. The city always finds what it's looking for eventually, even if it has to tear everything apart to do it. Jungkook, it started with the knock, not on the door, on reality. A single news alert, then another, then sirens outside, too many sirens. He stood in the small apartment staring at his phone, unread messaging, piling up orders, warnings, suspension notices. Then one word that changed everything, wanted his name on it. He didn't blink, didn't move, just exhaled slowly like he'd been expecting it. You saw it? Ayla said quietly from behind him. He didn't turn. I saw. They are closing in, she added. I know, they'll come here. They already are. Silence heavy. She stepped closer. You did this for me. He finally looked at her, eyes darkly calm in a way that scared her. No, he said, I did this because I supposed caring what happens after. That hit her differently. You should be like me, she whispered. I didn't want to. That's not a reason. It is for me. She shook her head slightly. This is going to end badly. It already did. A loud crash outside, footsteps, voices, orders being shouted. They were here. Ayla stiffened instantly. We have to go. Jungkook didn't move now. Still nothing. Jungkook, you think I don't hear them? He cut in. His eyes flickered to the door, then back at her. They are not the problem. Her voice dropped. Then what is it? He stepped closer, slow, controlled, dangerous. Again, us. The word, that simple word, made everything colder. Open the door. The walls shook slightly with force. Ayla flinched, not from fear of them, but from what was happening inside this room, inside him. You told them, she whispered. Her eyes snapped to her. What? You let them hear. Silence. That was too long, too heavy. His expression didn't change, but something inside him tightened. You think I don't know what you do anymore. That hurt more than the silence. He stepped back slightly, almost like the word physically hit him. I came for you, he said quietly. I know. And you think I did trade you for them? I don't think anything right now. Her voice shook because everything is falling apart. Bang! The door splintered slightly. They were forcing entry. Jungkook moved instantly now, grabbing her wrist. We leave. She hesitated just a second too long. That was enough. You don't trust me, he said sharply. I don't trust anyone right now. His grip tightened. That includes me. Silence. She didn't deny it. Something changed in his face. Not anger, no frustration, something colder. Then you are already gone, he said quietly. That made her step forward. No, don't do that. Do what? Push me away? I'm not pushing you. You are. Another crash outside, closer. He let her go of her wrist slowly. A choice, a withdrawal. Go then, he said, her eyes widened slightly. What? If you don't trust me, leave. Silence, heavy, final. She stared at him, trying to read him, trying to understand if this was a trap or truth. I can't tell if you are testing me, she whispered. I'm not. Then what is this? His voice dropped, tired, dangerous. This is what happens when you stay too long in something you can't define. Ayla breathed easily because that sounds like loss, not anger, not control, loss. The door behind them cracked again. They had seconds. Jungkook grabbed a bag from the corner, tossed it to her peak. She froze. What? Me or them? Her eyes widened. That's not fair. I didn't ask for fair. Gunshots outside, glass shattering, chaos closing in, and inside only them. Ayla looked at him, really looked at the man who burned everything for her and was now standing at the edge of losing her. Her voice softened. I never planned to stay. That hit him hard. He nodded once slow, like he accepted it. Yeah, he said quietly. I know. Silence. Then he turned toward the back exit. You should go before I change my mind. She didn't move because this felt like battle, even if no one had done anything yet. You are letting me leave? She asked. I'm not letting you do anything. A pause. I'm just tired of deciding for you. He didn't look back. If you leave now, don't come back expecting me to be the same. And that was the real goodbye. Even if neither of them walked away yet. Some endings don't feel like endings. They feel like silence that never leaves. The city was blurring behind them in a sound alone. Sirens, shouts, footsteps, glassing distance, but inside Jungkook's mind there was only one thing left: time. Jungkook, he stood near the back exit waiting, not for rescue, not for permission, for her. He had already made his choice before tonight, before the silence, before everything fell apart. He just hadn't said it out loud yet. She appeared from the shadows, breathing uneven, hair slightly messy from running high, searching his immediately. "You are still here," she said softly. "I said I would be." A pause heavy. "You could still leave," she whispered. "I'm not the one leaving." For a second, neither moved, neither spoke, because both knew this was the last moment that felt like now. "After this, everything changes. You'll lose everything," she said. "I already did." That made her flinch slightly. "No," she corrected, quite right. "You choose this. I choose you." Silence, that word. You. Not freedom, not escape, just her. Ayla stepped closer, slow, careful, like approaching something fragile. "You don't even know what that means anymore," she said. "I know enough. You'll regret it." "No," he replied softly. "I remember it." A loud crash echoed outside, closer now, too close. They were out of time. Jungkook reached into his pocket, pulled out something small, a burner phone, set it down in her hand. "What is it?" she asked. "Freedom." Her breath caught. "You are letting me go?" "I'm not letting you do anything." A pause. "I'm just stopping myself from holding you in a place you don't want to stay." Her fingers tightened around the phone, but she didn't move. "Say it," she whispered. His jaw tightened. "Say what?" "That you want me to stay." Silence, slow, painful. "Then I do." That hit harder than anything else in this story. "But I won't ask you to," he added. Her eyes trembled slightly. "Why?" "Because I already know what you'll choose." A pause. "And I can't survive watching you choose the other thing." She stepped closer, close enough to feel him again. "You ruined me," she whispered. A faint, broken smile crossed his face. "No," he said quietly. "You ruined me first." Silence. "And then?" She did the worst possible thing. She leaned in and kissed him. No desperate, no chaotic, slow, heavy, final. Like memorizing someone before they disappear. He didn't stop her, didn't chase it, just held her face like it might vanish. When she pulled away, neither of them moved, because movement meant it was real, and reality was the thing they couldn't survive right now. "I won't forgive you," she whispered. "You will," he said softly. "No, you will," he repeated. "Because I won't let you stay and watch me become something you can love." That broke something in her. Another silence scream closer. She finally stepped back slowly, like every step hurt. "You always choose control," she said. "No," he replied. "I choose you and let you live." Silence. Her hand tightened around the phone, and then she turned, walked away. Didn't run, not this time, just disappeared into the dark. He didn't follow, didn't move, didn't speak, just stood there listening to the world take her further away, and for the first time he let it. The city still ran, still screamed, still lived, but Jungkook didn't wear the badge anymore, didn't answer calls, didn't follow orders. He lived somewhere quieter now, lonelier. And every night he checked the burner phone, empty, always empty, until one night it vibrated. One message, unknown number, no name, no expression, just "Are you still mine?" He stared at it for a long time, then slowly he typed, "You never stop being." And somewhere far away, Ayla read it and closed her eyes, because some love stories don't end, they just stop happening in the same place. And in two different cities, they both whispered the same truth into silence. "Still you." Tears don't heal everything. Some things just learn how to hide better. Ayla, she had a new name now, new city, new life, new face she wore when she had to. But some nights she still forgot to pretend like nothing. Tonight, rain tapping against the window like an old memory refusing to leave. She stood in the dark kitchen staring at nothing. Her phone lay face down on the counter, old, unused, except when it wasn't, because once in a while it still lit up. No content, just a number she never deleted, and every time it did, her heart betrayed her. Just for a second. Jungkook, he didn't exist on paper anymore, not officially, not legally, not in the world that once called him officer, but he still moved like one, still noticed everything, still remembered everything, especially her. He was in a different city too, quieter, colder, a place where no one asked questions, a place where he didn't have to answer any, except the one he never stopped hearing. "Where did you go?" It wasn't just geography, it was everything: time, choices, silence, regret. But some nights that distance felt smaller, like a door not fully closed. The message that never changes. Her phone buzzed again, same number, same timing, always when the night took quiet. She didn't rush, she never did anymore, just stared at it, then opened it. Do you ever regret it? Her fingers hovered, because the truth was stranger, not because it was sad, but because it was honest. She typed every day, paused, deleted, then rewrote, no, then stopped again, because neither was fully true. Jungkook, when his phone lighted up, he was already awake. Always was. He read her reply, no reaction at first, just stillness, like his body needed time to decide how to feel. Then a faint breath, almost a laugh, but not happy, never happy. He typed slowly, liar. Ayla sighed and smiled before she could stop herself. Small broken family, she replied. You too. 3 doors appeared immediately. He was typing fast, like he didn't want time to think, then stopped. Deleted, typed again, stopped again, finally come back. Her hand tightened around the phone, because that wasn't a request, it was a weakness. She stared at it for a long time, long enough for the rain to change rhythm outside. Then she typed, if I come back, pause, deleted half of it, rewrote, if I come back, you won't survive it. Sent. Jungkook, he read it once, twice, then leaned back in his chair, staring at the ceiling, smiling faintly. Finally, he typed, I didn't survive when you left. The final thread. Ayla closed her eyes, because that was the problem. They weren't in love anymore, not fear, not safely, not in any way that made sense. They were something worse, something unfinished, something that never stopped reaching. Her fingers moved on one last time, slow, certain. Then don't survive me twice. Somewhere in another city, Jungkook is hailed, long, slow, like expecting a wound he had already named. He didn't reply, not immediately, not for hours. Then finally, just one line, I'll be waiting where you left me. And somewhere in between silence and distance, they both understood the same truth. They didn't leave each other, they just learned how to live in the place between, gone and still yours.